Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back post WrestleMania 42, and I am not alone. I am here with, on the way to Damascus, blinded by the light, the one and only, from parts known, Damascus Dez, aka Damascus Lycan, and the one, the only, the wrestling. This again, otra vez. All right, you're the champ, and the champ is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your prediction champion, the greatest of all time, the man that every lady dreams of having his pizza baby, celebrating with all of you in Wen's World, the last real analyst, honest mistake, sorry, dude.
Vincent got it right the first time.
Kennedy Bucci.
Yes. Error notwithstanding, still here as the prediction champion, the man that every lady dreams of having his pizza baby, celebrating with some pizza of his own. And of course, I am here once again to proudly say I walked into Las Vegas with the prediction title, and I walked out of Las Vegas still the prediction champion, the greatest of all time, but most importantly, the man who is no longer cursed.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
You see, Deshausen made a mistake. Deshausen fucked up. I figured it out. So everybody here's played Mortal Kombat. We love Mortal Kombat. Old fighting game, great fighting game, one of the best fighting games. I know these games. Anyway, you know how when you're playing a Sub-Zero and you freeze somebody, right?
Right.
What happens when you freeze them again?
It bounces back and hits you.
It freezes yourself. I did it. And you know what? It's okay because I know I figured it out now. You're no longer cursed. So now, Vinny, Backlash is coming up. And it's time for me to once again say you are cursed.
Whoa. We're back to this. And
No, hey, tell you what, I'll take the curse if you can take this off of me. Because I got uncursed in two different ways. I'll tell the other one in a moment, but the first one was by once again retaining my championship. So yes, you did see me at WrestleMania, but you did walk out empty-handed.
Indeed. And so did I. Booch, if you will, grace us with a final count before we get into the match-by-match and analysis.
Yes, this one was, at times it was very close. This one really threw us for a loop. We all made some good choices here. The final score was 9 points for your champion, and you guys tied at 7. So
Not bad. It was not a blowout by any means.
was it?
And it really came down to the last match. If the last match had gone the other way, we would have had a 3-way tie.
Yeah. For the first time, we would have all tied. Usually it's 2 of us. Had CM Punk retained the title, it would have been a 3-way tie. I'd still be the champion, but I wouldn't be able to gloat as much. So
Indeed.
it would have been we all would have tied with each other.
I would have been like, yes. I would have been like, yes. It was a triple cursed. Vinny cursed, me cursed, him cursed. All 3 cursed.
Well, hopefully it doesn't continue. I know for sure a lot of folks enjoyed it. Mostly positive reviews from this. We'll go through match by match, talk about the goings on. The first match, of course, was the Usos and LA Knight defeating the Vision and IShowSpeed via pinfall. Who else is very happy that LA Knight finally got to pin somebody?
It was good. Not only did LA Knight get the pin, but it went down very similar to how I said it was going to go down. IShowSpeed ended up costing them the loss. So, yeah, all in all, not mad about it. And it was cool because IShowSpeed also kind of did a bit of a face turn in that same move. It worked out beautifully.
Yeah, it felt kind of forced, though, in a way. Like, I don't know, it just felt weird. Like, the face turn, like, all of a sudden.
Well, here's the thing. To me, it really wasn't all of a sudden. He never really wanted to work with the Vision. He was forced into it.
Well, I thought he didn't want to work the match. I thought he was cool with the Vision. He didn't want to be in the match.
No! The Vision forced him into being against the Usos and LA Knight by fucking screwing him over repeatedly. and they kept putting him in their way, and he didn't want to be a part of any of it. But so they were kind of like, it's like the mob when they offer you protection, but what they're really protecting you from is themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. So yeah. Yeah, LA Knight was too good a wrestler to be involved in this, but it opened the show and it gave a good fun thing at the beginning.
And finally, he was able to get the pin. That's the key here.
Yeah, and maybe it helps build some momentum for him, right? I mean, we all looking for LA Knight to really become something more than just what he is right now. He deserves it. We deserve it.
I would like to say they're going to build him with some momentum, but I feel like this was more like throwing him a bone.
Yeah. That's what, yeah. And of course, this is where you guys got the points on this one, so you're starting off strong in this.
Feels good. Feels real good. Would it last, though, in this unsanctioned match? Clearly the most brutal match of the night, in my view. Jacob Fatu defeating Drew McIntyre. This was an easy one to call, at least for some of us. Booch, your thoughts on this match, sir?
I loved it because it was a brawl and it was a fight, and they established that early on. And that's what I like. If you're going to put unsanctioned, if it's going to be unsanctioned, hardcore, no holds barred, falls count anywhere, I don't want to see wrestling. I don't want to see tackle, drop down, leapfrog. I want to see fists being thrown. Show me this is going to be different than half this crap I'm going to see in the rest of the show. I don't want a side headlock. I don't need to see none of that. These guys came out there, punches, kicks, weapons. It was a fight. And it was close. Again, one of those matches where we had our predictions, but as the match is going on, you're like, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Turns out, we didn't make a mistake. Desmond did, because Jacob Fatu picked up the victory, but still solid fight. Loved it.
Match was great. I'm not mad about it. And in the end, I should have known Drew McIntyre's going off to film a movie. It made sense. That one's on me. That one's on me.
Way to own it, Des. Way to own it. I love that. That's good stuff. And it was a good match, like you said. This next match, we're kind of moving through these guys, if you can't tell, because we got a lot to cover and not a lot of time to do it. But you called this one, Booch, I believe this is you, that perhaps Nikki Bella would not be present, right? Because of the injury.
Well, no, in all fairness, I'm the one that said Paige was going to.
He called that it was going to be the injury, and they were going to replace it with Paige. I predicted they were going to win. So
okay,
the
cool.
point went to me.
And I want to go ahead and say this on the air. Steven, one of the guys from our usual other show, he was very, very upset that even counted as a point for Vinny because it wasn't the Bellas.
You were happy, right?
I'm saying like it was a substitution. It's not like the whole team was replaced.
Right. Yeah, that's out of your control. That's out of your realm of jurisdiction. So,
and I respected that. Desmond was like, look, hey, it's a substitution. I'm fine with it. And there was
if neither of the Bellas were in it, I'd be like, you're out. That sucks. But you're out.
Yep.
But
you got half the genes on it, which is good enough. And they conquered a lot of talent. Key takeaway or two from this match, guys?
I'm happy to see Paige back, and we got to see her use both the Paige Turner and the Rampage. I'm hoping we'll see the PTO at some point because I love that submission. But all in all, I'm glad to see Paige back. I'm not mad that she won, and my logic for picking the champs was a valid point. And because it usually works out, and it ended up screwing me over later on in this show because I went against my rule and it worked in a different match. But we will get back to that we'll get back to that later. But yeah, all in all, it was a good match, a lot better than I expected it to be for a tag team match with that many teams in it. I was happy with it.
Nice.
Flowed very well. Glad I got the point, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes. I sense a Nikki heel turn in the future. Or I think there's going to be some jealousy in the feud, but the feud's going to be between Nikki and Paige, and Bree just kind of be in the middle playing peacemaker. Because I said it before, I'll say it again. The Bellas already tried feuding against each other, didn't work. It's better with this. So
agreed. Stirring the pot. I love it. I love that foreshadowing, that wrestling encyclopedia, the last real analyst. See, I get it right from time to time here in Wen's world. Becky Lynch defeating AJ Lee to ascertain the Intercontinental Championship. And this one felt good. It did. Booch, did anybody else get a point on this besides yours truly?
We all got points on this one. We all picked Becky. We were all in agreement that Becky was gonna win this one. So we knew, and still the match was good. Had exciting moments. I liked seeing the ref get a little more involved, like staying on the same page, but not taking any bullshit either, which is what I like. Because it always irritates me. Actually, this also goes back to a moment in the Drew Jacob Fatu match that's now sticking in my head. Is I hate referees, in my opinion, should not be afraid of anyone in a wrestling ring. I believe if you're a referee, no one should scare you. No one should intimidate you unless like it's Vince McMahon or Triple H or The Rock.
The Undertaker.
Or well, maybe Undertaker. But I'm saying, like,
how many times have we seen Undertaker look like he's going to go after that ref and the ref run out of the ring? Come on, that is a legendary spot.
In the early days, yes, they did do that because they were trying to establish.
They did that in the American Badass days.
I don't know about the American Badass.
I do.
Okay.
I remember.
I'm just saying, like, but I'm saying using those cases where it's like an authority figure that can fire them. But if that's not the case, I'm like, no, I believe as a referee, you're the authority, you're in charge. Now referee, if a wrestler hits you, you're dead. But verbally, it's like, hey.
Well, and here's the thing, though. With cases like The Undertaker, it's like, Undertaker's never been somebody who gave a fuck about the rules.
Yeah.
He was more, I'm going to intimidate everyone. That was part of his gimmick.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, that's how but I like that. Like, the referee wasn't taking any shit. I did get annoyed in the Sanctioned match where the referee just took his belt off and handed it to the guy. That kind of bugged me, but I'll ignore that. We'll focus on this match. I love that the female ref didn't take any shit. She was still unbiased. She counted when she needed to, but she's like, look, Becky, I'm not taking your shit anymore. That stood out to me the most in this match because I liked seeing that. I like seeing referees stand up for themselves and not be so beta.
Nice take. Yeah.
So she stood up to Becky and still counted the 3 at the end.
Yes.
Classic. Not like the Hebnerites of the early 2000s. Call back there. I've been watching a lot of old school wrestling pay-per-views.
Don't say that. Don't. You said early 2000s and then said old school. Don't do that to us.
I know. I'm aging you out.
I'm a little upset they're playing music from 2000 on the classic rock station. Okay, I'm not happy.
We old. Gunther defeating Seth Rollins. I called this one, and I'm so freaking happy that I called this one because somebody in this room was so damn sure that I was wrong about it, and it feels good to be right. Damn it.
Yeah.
But listen, this again, they needed to do this. They need to keep him on a roll. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't care. I'm glad I got this point. But who's next? Is it going to be Brock Lesnar? I mean, he's already kind of retired already. Is he going to come back? I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
I saw something. I've got an idea because Gunther is owed a favor by Paul Heyman. So what favor could he get? He could be like, he could call Brock and say, look, you're not retired.
Yeah.
I need one more match. Yeah.
It did seem kind of like hurry, did it not, guys? At the end of
I'm also seeing the TKO's kind of pissed because apparently it was unscripted.
What?
Like, I saw something about them actually pressing charges against Brock Lesnar or fining him for going into business for himself with that. So I don't know.
Whoa.
Maybe that's them just kind of putting things out there, trying to swerve us.
I like it. Either way.
I don't know, but it could go either way, and we'll see.
Well, other rumors is that in fact he didn't want to do the job to Gunther. That's why it was unscripted. Like he didn't want.
Well, here's the thing, and I get that, and that's why it's so hard to know which way it really goes.
And also, some people are saying that the outcome of the Vinny Mac lawsuit might also be a factor as well. I'm reading so depending on the outcome, that might determine whether Brock shows up or not, which is kind of confusing because I thought if that was a factor, why bring him back in the first place? But we won't go into that. But I'm saying that's other rumors going around. But
as far as this match goes, I mean,
the finish worked for one reason and one reason only, and that's because Bron Breakker came back.
Yeah,
I agree.
Acceptable reason.
I 100% agree. When Bron Breakker returned, it was like, oh well, okay, now it makes sense.
It's like, yeah, we're not smiling, but we get it. And yes, Wenz was the sole winner of this match. He got the point for this. And again, because we were convinced, we didn't think Bron Breakker was coming back at Mania, but he did. So that was the acceptable reason for that. If Seth was going to lose, it had to be because Braun came in and took him apart, and then Gunther just picked the bones.
And I'll go a step further. We did some checking on the timeline. Bronson Reed could be coming back at Backlash.
I see it. It could totally happen. Why not?
We checked out on the timeline for the injury. On the early end of his return window, Backlash is there.
Yep.
So it is possible. Now, he might not be ready to return yet. It might have to be pushed back another month, but it is very possible for him to return at Backlash.
Well, not only that, Des, but they could have him return and write a story to where he does a couple moves, nothing too risky, nothing that would re-injure. What was it? Shoulder, right?
I think it was his bicep.
Bicep. That's right.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, you're right.
So something to where he's not. Something to where he's involved in a way that doesn't cause an injury, even if it's just walking down and causing a distraction. You know, these things can be
showing up and hooking a leg real quick.
Something like that, walking down there, running down, hopping over the apron, you know, that kind of thing, over the barricade. But yeah, I can't wait to see more of this. I love that Bron Breakker's back. I saw this video on Instagram. He was sitting back behind one of the barricades for like 5 minutes while one of the writers is like waiting for the cue to send him out. And you had all these fans like that had seats above them, just like videoing the whole thing. It's like, how anticlimactic. Like, can we do something different with that? Like, have it covered.
That's the disadvantage of social media, is that the social media will show that my rule's always been this: as long as the WWE camera doesn't catch it, I'm fine with it. If somebody in the stands films something and puts it online, to me, that's not breaking kayfabe. Breaking kayfabe is if a WWE production camera in the moment in the match shows it. That's a breaking of kayfabe that I got to critique. But the fan, fair game.
If you're even if you're sitting there though, and you paid $600 to sit there, I'm kind of like, man, I kind of feel like we all knew there's a possibility that he come back, but now the cat's out the bag because he's sitting right beneath me, and he's gonna run out as soon as the guy says go. It's just, you're right. It's the unintended consequences of this everything right now generation, right? I film it, I post it, bam. There's no filter. It's like, it's out there. But also for the people that are there, it's like, man, have him somewhere where nobody can see him. Like,
Exactly.
He could have been in gorilla position the entire time. I mean, there's so much better options.
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly. Instead of like, come out, sit here for 5 minutes, and then run out where people can still see you. It's just, I don't know.
Hey, at WrestleMania 40, The Undertaker was in a big sweet box up there. They texted him before his run in. He just told his wife, like, hey, I'm going to use the bathroom. Got up, went back. And then it wasn't until he was in the ring that everybody in the stand in the box realized, oh shit, he's there. Then they heard the gong. He lied to us. He said he was going to the bathroom. Nope. And then he ran over. And then the gong hit. He sprinted to that ring, stood in there, hit the choke slam, gong, sprinted right back out.
That's awesome. Nice callback, Booch. Liv Morgan defeating Stephanie Vaquer to become the Women's World Champion again. This isn't good. This isn't good. Your thoughts on, first of all, the match, but also where they go with this?
Well, they can go anywhere with this. Liv hasn't been champion in a minute. I mean, she's got options right now. That is the advantage. And with Sol Ruca making her debut, and we got options.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time for Liv Morgan to take the championship, because she has new opponents to go through. She can have another match she can have one more match with Stephanie to kind of seal the deal, move past her. And then she has Sol Ruca. She has fucking Asuka, no longer has a partner because they released Kairi Sane. So Asuka's a person she can go against. There are options.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely options. And of course, Liv Morgan got the point, so Desmond and I got this. And I'm going to use an old school wrestling term here to sum up this match. The crowd was deader than Kelsey's nuts. This match was so dead, the Devil's Kiss couldn't bring it back to life.
Yeah, I'll say this.
I-
I actually said when we were watching it, I actually pointed out how quiet the crowd was. And I'm sitting here like, I'm usually one of the people like, it's not as dead as you guys are making out. No, that motherfucking crowd was dead.
Yeah, I mean, look,
In all fairness, the match that they followed though was such a good match. It was a kind of a really bad point to go through.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and I give Dez credit. He tried. Because we're all sitting here going, this is dead, this is boring. Dez like, and he's trying to defend Liv Morgan, beat Devil's Advocate, like, hey, come on, it's not that bad. Then the
match, and I'll say this, the match wasn't bad. If you actually just watch the match for what it was, the match was good. It wasn't phenomenal, it wasn't terrible, but it was good. And like seeing Stephanie Vaquera go hit the Oblivion, like we saw some really cool spots within the match. I enjoyed it. But the crowd wasn't into it because they had just come back from a big match. Everybody it was dying down. It was a really bad point in the night for them to have that match. But yeah, even the Devil's Kiss didn't get them excited.
Exactly. Like maybe 20, 30 people were going, but it was like quiet. Like you could barely hear it. Then as soon as the Devil's Kiss showed up, Dez was kind of like, all right, they're not into this. I can't defend this one. So the Dez was like, I'm out.
Like if y'all look at the way that the matches broke down, people knew what matches were on what night, right? So you're thinking to yourself,
for the most part,
to your point, you're like, Gunther just got done with Rollins. We know that there are 2 matches left, and we know that the main event is going to go long. So now let's go hit the merch stand because the lines were too long when we first got here. Let's go grab another beer, another slice of pizza, go use the bathroom. That's probably.
Yeah. And it's not so much, as I said, it's not because of Liv and not because of Stephanie. It's because of what was coming next, and we all knew it.
Yep. And what came next was Cody Rhodes defeating Randy Orton. And I gotta listen. I want to give the WWE credit when it's due because I do give them a lot of grief, but I'll be fair. This was a swerve. I feel officially swerved because I thought for a moment that Randy Orton was going to climb the proverbial championship ladder and get closer to GOATness. But I want y'all's thoughts on, was it a good idea to do it this way? Your thoughts on the match and what they do with Randy Orton moving forward.
The only thing that makes this okay is what happened after the match. The match itself was great, right up until the finish. And Vinny, me and Vinny have had this argument a bunch of times where I'm like, the whole fucking match was great. Yeah, the finish wasn't what we wanted, but this was nobody is happy about this finish. Nobody wanted this finish. The only thing that made this a big shock, though, because let's be real, you don't usually vote against Cody Rhodes. It's not smart. It's like voting against Roman Reigns. It's generally not smart. But in this case, we voted against him because of the Pat McAfee thing. So now Pat McAfee is out of WWE. We didn't expect that. So, but the only thing that made this worthwhile, in my opinion, was the big kick to fucking Cody Rhodes' head. We got the punt. He's going to use this, and I hope that means we're going to see a lot more of the punt going forward. And if that's the case, then we're going to see that punt, and the punt's going to be the reason he wins that title back.
Yes. And I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, the last time that punt kick was used was in 2020.
2013. Fuck you.
Hey, I showed you the proof. I showed you the proof. If there's another
like I said,
it's that right there.
And I will say, I showed you. It's like, look, I searched it up. It told me 2013. I went with what it was told.
Yeah, I probably had to show, and then I showed him the Ric Flair one, but the lights one. He goes, "Do we see the actual kick?" I'm like, "Oh, you want to play this game?" And then I showed him kicking Edge right in the head.
That was a very fair argument, though.
Yeah, but and I'll just get madder and madder. And here's the thing: contrary to popular belief, if I'm wrong, I can admit it. If the right evidence is shown to me, I'll be like, "All right, you got me. I'm in the wrong." But if I know I'm right and someone says I'm wrong, I get mad instantly. I'm like, I know I'm telling the truth. I was livid. So I'm like, so I finally just, I put it right at the timestamp where the punt kick was. I said, checkmate, motherfucker. I was so mad. I threw the phone in front of him, like, fucking check that shit. And then he did, and he went, all right. So it fucking.
All right, look, all I'm saying is my phone said it wasn't since 2013. That's why I showed it.
I know.
We got to move
I
on.
know.
We got to move on. Night two. That's only one night. You see why we're flying here, guys.